About 3 months ago I set up a Dutch style tank with the idea to make it a red plants only tank. I used 8 different types of plants that were supposedly all going to be vibrant red, purple or pink after a few weeks underwater. I thought I would have a lush and beautiful aquascape full of red plants within no time at all, but boy was I wrong. I bought a plant that was going to turn a beautiful purple color, but apparently there's 2 types of this plant, and of course the one I bought was not the purple version. I also added 2 more plants that needed high light and very low nitrates to turn really red, and getting the nitrates low enough also proved to be a bit more difficult than I had imagined. The tank still looked pretty good, just not how I envisioned it. Today it's time to change that. So today I want to make some changes to this aquarium just to make sure that we do get a red plants only aquascape and not red plants with a little bit of green. But there's a small problem with this aquarium though. So I'm a little bit embarrassed to show this to you people, but yeah, this is the current situation of the aquarium. I think overgrown doesn't even cut it anymore. This just went completely out of control. Yeah, this is not me, this is not how I usually treat my planted tanks, but sometimes life just gets in the way and things like this happen. So it looks pretty bad, but the majority of the plants is actually the Rotala. So if you look here in the back corner, that's the way the Rotala is planted, and it just went all the way to the front because it's such a fast grower, and yeah, it doesn't really need much to get completely out of control. And because it's blocking out all the light now, like the rest of the plants also started growing faster and taller basically. So I think it was 3 weeks ago that I decided to make some changes to this aquarium. And that's when I ordered some new red plants online just to swap out those green ones. And I thought, you know, those plants will arrive in a few days, then we can do the trimming session, add the new plants and make a nice video out of it. But then my plant order, the delivery got delayed and it actually took a lot longer. So when the plants did finally arrive, like I was busy with other things and I didn't have time to make a video out of it. So this project got a little bit of a delay and now we're here. So yeah, I think the best thing to do is just get to work, grab the scissors and just start trimming everything again. This is going to be another one of those really heavy trimming sessions, which I seem to be doing a lot lately on the channel. But I'm sure that these plants will grow back absolutely fine again. Also, the shrimp are doing just fine. I still sometimes see them here in this small open area that we still have. I'm not sure how many we have left though, but maybe after we trim some plants we can actually count them. Okay, all ready to get started. Of course, a towel on the floor. You can never have enough towels when you're doing this. A towel for my hands. A container for the plant trimmings. I'm going to save all the trimmings and see if we need to replant some later. Then of course my favorite aquascaping tools. We have some pin sets, curved scissor and a fish net to fish out all the small trimmings. Filter is off, so let's get to work. Okay, that's a big portion of the background plants already done. At least now we can see inside the aquarium again. Look at this massive amount of Rotalas and Ludwigias. So I'm gonna turn the background plants even shorter, but first we start working on the foreground now. I've also spotted a few shrimp here and there, so they seem to be doing okay. Okay, we're making good progress already. Anybody wants to have some salad? Next job will be to remove this green plant in the middle. That is the Bacopa, from which I thought it was going to be purple, but turned out to be a different type. So that one is going to go completely. Normally I would just rip it out of the substrate, but I don't want to do that right now because that's gonna maybe release some ammonia, and these shrimp are very sensitive to ammonia, so I'm not gonna make too much of a mess. So I'm just gonna trim it all the way to the substrate, so that there's basically nothing left, just the root system, and then hopefully it's not gonna grow back. And this shrimp actually camouflage pretty well in between those white roots. But I'm starting to see a few. So there's one over there, there's one over there. It's a bit hard to see. And then over there I saw a few as well. Okay, I'm already seeing 6, so far so good. We should still have 9 if everything is right. But yeah, we're moving along with the trimming session. This looks pretty intense, right? Like it looks like you're just destroying everything, but yeah, this just has to be done right now. You just have to remember that every plant under the right conditions just grows as a weed. So as long as we're just providing them with good light, CO2 injection and some nutrients, all these plants will grow back just fine. Okay, that's the trimming done. That's as far as I'm gonna go. Pretty extreme, but that was definitely necessary. So far I've managed to count 7 of the Pinto tiger shrimp. And I'm sure there's still a few hiding in the back, so I think we're all good. Next up I'm gonna clean the tank a little bit. So I'm currently running a skimmer just to get rid of some of the floating plant trimmings. I'm gonna clean the glass. There's some dust algae on the glass. In amongst the substrate I have some moss. There's some Physidens moss amongst the substrate. I have no idea how it got there. I never put any Physidens in here, but yeah, I guess those things just happen. So just clean up a little bit, and then we can start thinking about our new plan for replanting. Okay, so I've just spent a few minutes just sorting out through all the plant trimmings. There's a few things that I want to replant again. So over here I have a whole bunch of the Ludwigia Mini Super Red. So that's going to go back into the middle background area over there. Then we have some beautiful stems of the Ludwigia glandulosa. It's a little bit green on top because it hasn't really been receiving any light. But that one is going to go back as well. And then over here I have a new plant. This is some trimmings that I got from a friend. Very thankful for that. This is a very rare species of Rotala macrandra. I think it's called Macrandra variegated or something. It has a really interesting leaf pattern. It's a bit hard to see, but you'll see it once it gets on the water. So that's a new plant going in. So we'll start with this, and then I have a few more plants actually that's going to go in later. So it's been like half an hour since I've been busy messing around in the tank. Now these shrimp have relaxed a little bit, started to come out.